You got an organ going there. No wonder the sound has so much body.
Hello YouTube, my name is Chris. I've been playing a lot of fantasy football for a long time. I've been playing, well, not a long time, four years I've been playing fantasy football. And it's definitely something that has my interest, and I want to see if I can help you guys win on FanDuel, because it's new and I haven't seen that much advice about it or anything like that. I always see fantasy football advice, but I never see FanDuel advice. I want to see if I can help some people out, because I've been winning some money on here. And I started off with $10 and now have 70. I keep playing that money over and over, and I've been getting some good lineups. Except last week I got burned by Ridley, so fuck you, Ridley. So let's go real quick. I'll try to make this video as short as possible. I guarantee you. So this is for FanDuel again. FanDuel, not DraftKings. FanDuel. Okay, so a quarterback, definitely Aaron Rodgers. If you're gonna ball out, go 9,500 Aaron Rodgers, just because that secondary is horrendous. I believe the third stringers got hurt, or their safeties, a bunch of them got hurt. It's a lot of inexperience. I'm pretty sure there's 3 rookies starting back there. Fuller being one of them, even though he's good, he's still a rookie. So I like Rodgers' chances. I think he'll go off 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. So let's go Rodgers. In the 8,000 area, definitely Nick Foles and Colin Kaepernick. 8,300 for Nick Foles. Colin Kaepernick, 8,100. Foles looks like he's getting his groove, and I definitely like his chances against the Niners. They got burned by fucking what was his name? What was his name? Stanton. If you get lit up by Stanton, I don't like your chances against Foles. So definitely Nick Foles at 8,300 if you want to go a little cheaper. Kaepernick as well, 8,100. That Eagles pass defense is horrendous, so I would definitely throw against it. So there you go. My best value, Tony Romo at 7,100 is pretty damn cheap, considering he plays the Saints this week. I don't know if it'll be a shootout like everyone says it will. I'm thinking 28-21. I'm thinking Romo throws at least 2 touchdowns. You can get in that 3 area, definitely. He has a lot of potential. For a 7,500 play, that's really good. So I like Tony Romo this week. And my cheap play, so if you want to go really cheap, I like Mike Lennon. First of all, because he has targets, and I liked him a lot last year. I think he's a really good quarterback. He's young. I don't know why they started McCown. It does not make any sense to me. But start Glennon, and if you want, he's at 5,500. This is if you want to go really cheap at quarterback and still get some production out of your quarterback. I'm thinking he gets around 2 touchdowns, maybe 200 yards. He might throw a pick, so he might be in that 14 to 15 point range, but if you want to go cheap and ball out in other positions, Glennon is your dude. I'll go at running back, and I'll scroll, and these are pretty brief. Le'Veon Bell, 8,800. He's a freaking monster. He's probably going to destroy Tampa Bay. So at 8,800, I like his chances. Matt Forte as well, 8,600. If you want to ball out on a running back, Matt Forte is your dude, because he's been in a little bit of a slump. He has to bounce back. He has to bounce back soon. So this has to be his game against Green Bay, and the run defense is not very good. It hasn't been very good. So I like Matt Forte's chances this week. Eddie Lacy has to bounce back. If he does not bounce back this week, I'll never mention his damn name again, because he's being a piece of shit right now for being an RB1. No, he's not being a piece of shit. I'm just being stupid. But $8,000 for an RB1 is pretty damn good. So if you want to drop on him, I would definitely advocate it this week. And going down the line, Lamar Miller is my best value this week, considering that he is against the Raiders. He had an awesome game last week on the touches he had against the Chiefs, and he's the #1 back, and he's very shifty. He kind of reminds me of a mini LaShawn McCoy, to be honest with you. But I'm going to be going a little too far. But I think you'll have a really good game, especially at 6,900. That's really good. Going down the line, Donald Brown, 30 carries last week, and they still stuck with him at 61 yards. I'm assuming they'll do the same thing against Jacksonville. I noticed that when Rivers plays opponents that aren't very good, they tend to rely on the run game and then Rivers' arm. So Donald Brown, he's your dude. 6,300, not bad at all. Matt Asiata, at 6,300 is a really good play. Atlanta run defense, again, isn't very good. And Asiata had a really good week last week. He did. He had a good week last week. I like his chances again. Asiata, 6,300. Going down the line, Matt Bradshaw is my last one at 6,100. He's like a consistent red zone target, which is weird for being a running back, but he is a. And then he plays Tennessee this week, and Tennessee has been horrendous so far. So at 6,100, Bradshaw is a great plug-in. Rolling down the wide receivers, this one might take a little longer, but Julio and Calvin are both great plays. Okay, because Calvin plays the Jet. I think Calvin is a better play for $200 more, but he's 9,300 on FanDuel. He's a great play, first of all, because he plays the Jets, and their corners are like this damn small. Okay, they're not that small, but Calvin Johnson is going to destroy them. So I go Calvin, 9,300. Julio is a monster. He's so consistent. Any team, you start Julio. Even against Sherman, I start Julio. So Julio, 9,100. And then Antonio Brown at 8,400 for sure. If you want to go a little cheaper, he's for sure. I'm thinking he'll get in the same point range as Julio and Calvin. He's a good play. 8,400, slightly cheaper option. Jordy and Cobb, okay, both Packer receivers. I would find a way to at least start one of them. At 8,300 is Nelson, 8,100 is Cobb. So I would find a way to start one of them. That secondary is horrendous. Okay, and then the Bears. Okay, so my value pick has to be Alshon Jeffrey. At 7,600, he got targeted the most last week, and he was used on reverses. And I think Marshall is not going to be 100%, and that means more targets to Bennett and Jeffrey. I think Jeffrey gets the majority. So I go Jeffrey at 7,600. Wide receiver, again, Michael Crabtree. Have to go Crabtree. He's tongue twister. Michael Crabtree is Kaepernick's number one receiver, and I like him a lot this week. So again, against the Philly pass defense, not very good at all. So Crabtree is a very good play at 7,000 if you want to drop him in there. My breakout, Vincent Jackson. Ike Taylor is out, I believe, so Cortez Allen should be covering Vincent Jackson. Trust me, Cortez Allen is a good corner. I like him a lot, but I do not think he'll be able to hold down Vincent Jackson. So Glennon, that's his number one target. He's going to be looking to him often. So 6,800, I would find a way to start Jackson, or at least consider starting him, because he is a good play this week. Keenan Allen, he cannot go 4 weeks without scoring a touchdown or 100 yards. This has to be his week against Jacksonville. So 6,700 for my boy Keenan Allen is a good play for him. Good price. Cordell Patterson, mostly because Teddy needs a target. And Alciata is not AP in that he can shoulder the load and win a game like that. I think they have to use Patterson against the Atlanta defense. And like I said, Atlanta defense is not very good. Don't let that Thursday night game change your mind. They're not very good. And I think Patterson will expose it. He'll have a couple big plays, I think. So I like Patterson a lot this week, especially at 6,600. How can you beat that? And Mike Wallace. He passes the play the Raider check, the highly targeted check, and consistency check. So Mike Wallace, 6,500 is a good play. So if you want to play him, go ahead. And just my last one, Brandon Cooks, highly targeted even for being a rookie. He plays Dallas. I mean, you know, everyone makes all the Dallas defense jokes. They're not as bad as they say they are, but still, he'll be targeted often. And I like Brandon Cooks' chance of getting some yardage, maybe a touchdown. I'm thinking he gets a lot of yardage, a lot of targets, PPR leagues. In FanDuel, it's PPR, so I think he gets in that 11-15 range. So Brandon Cooks is 6,200 is not bad at all if you want to go ball out in some other positions. Oh, last one, Steve Smith, just because it's a revenge game, and he's been pretty damn reliable so far. So Steve Smith, 6,100, I advocate it. Go for it if you want to try it. Quickly, just the tight ends. The only one that's really there's only two really worth mentioning, maybe three. I'll go Graham. First of all, because Cowboys are horrendous against against tight ends. They're really bad against tight ends. So I like Graham's chance. Maybe 2 touchdowns. I see it happening. Martellus Bennett is my value at receiver. At tight end. What the hell? He's my value at tight end. I'm sorry about that. He's my value at tight end. I'm getting mixed up here. He looks like a receiver. Shit, look how big he is. So I like Bennett, and he's at 6,000, and him and Jeffrey are going to be targeted a lot, I think. So at 6,000, I think he's a really good play. So let's go Bennett. And Gates, just because Gates is playing Jacksonville, and I play anyone against Jacksonville, and Gates is really trustworthy with Rivers. They've had that long chemistry. So I'm thinking maybe a touchdown, like 45 yards. He'll definitely get you some points. So I like Gates, and I think that's about all for my tight ends. If you want, you can add in Zach Ertz. He's pretty cheap too, and I like Zach Ertz. So go Zach Ertz. Kickers. I don't think you guys really need advice for this. I always go with Cody Parkey just because he's on the Eagles, and Eagles score the most. So I try to get Parkey in there, or Nick Folk for some odd reason gets a lot of points. So Nick Folk, or you can just do the typical Saints kicker, Packers kicker kind of thing, which is fine too. Or you can go with the Broncos aren't playing this week. So, anyways, defenses. Only ones I would start: San Diego Chargers 5,300 and Miami Dolphins 5,200 because they play Jacksonville and Oakland. So they're both pretty cheap, and I advocate those starts. And I am late for class right now, so I hope I helped you guys out. And I just want to make this quick video. And if you guys liked it, I'm probably gonna do this every week because I don't even care if people don't subscribe to me. I just like talking about fantasy football. To be honest with you, I have a Twitter. It's at @WillWinLeagues. I give fantasy advice. Of course, I'm not as big as anyone else, but I have about 150 followers. So if you guys need advice or if you guys like this, you don't have to like the video. I'm gonna just make you guys like the video. But if you want, you can, and you can also subscribe if you want. I'm going to be doing these every week. That's all. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.